Welcome to the SpellCast.
Azazel, Ront. You have followed the cadre of guards, of city guards, not flaming fists, city guards.
Are city guards more assholes than fists?
City guards are just more well paid, I would say, more well paid than flaming fists. Flaming fists are essentially, and this is not entirely true, but essentially contracted mercenaries to police the outer city.
And the municipal guards are paid better than these people.
Yes. The Flaming Fist act like the town's militia in a sense. They're like the Blackwater of Baldur's Gate.
Yikes, okay.
But more widespread and actually have policing authority.
Okay.
So you follow them to the Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you run into the two guards that were there before.
Hi again.
Yeah.
Or was I there?
No, maybe you weren't.
No, I was there with Thiathel?
Yes. It was just you two, and then you ran into Quincy Inglethorpe. Yes. But yeah, so you guys get waved through because the cadre of guards is like, hey, they're with us, and also this thing, and also they want to speak with Cassius, and all the guards are like, oh, they think they know Cassius, blah, 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 blah.
I'm about to, stick a middle finger up each and every one of their asses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Are you in charge for that?
Yes.
Excellent.
This is why I get flamed for ERP. Go on.
So, you get into the office, and you get into the Citadel. They take him, the groom, to his own cell.
Sure.
And they make sure it's fucking well barred.
I guess.
It's quadruple barred and whatnot.
I guess.
A bard's going diagonally.
Sure.
They put him in there. They walk you up to Cassius Blanco's office.
Is he there?
Yeah, of course he's there.
Well, it's the middle of the fucking night.
Yes. Knock on the door. He seems to have just returned.
Whatever it was he was doing.
Probably cake, remember. Yes.
Whatever it was he was doing.
Whatever it was he was doing, quote unquote. He turns around. He's got his calabash pipe, smoking it and everything.
Sure.
Ah, my friends! Good to see you again, people who I know and have met before and have done business with, and all the guards go beet red.
This is Ron's face. He's looking at Cassius, and then he's just deadpan.
Turning very slowly to the side.
And then he flashes Fang, and then he goes back.
And then they walk away. What can I do for you here on this wonderful, fun-filled evening?
Just point of order, was Azazel there when we had the meeting with Cassius?
I'd be like, I'm sorry, who are you?
Cassius Blanco is the chief inspector of Baldur's Gate. Essentially, one of the highest-ranking police officers in the city. He wears a police uniform, not unlike what you would see in turn-of-the-century France. He has a mustachio, a wonderful mustachio. No beard necessarily.
Does that mean he's wearing one of those pie collars?
No. Not a pie collar. He wears a square billed cap with a short round top on it.
Yeah, but with the Peter Pan collar.
Peter Pan collar?
It goes in a U form, if you're talking about old school.
I would say probably close to that.
He looks like the guy who did Berries and Cream.
That's what I was asking about.
No. Not like that. Very close to the chief inspector in the movie Casablanca, which is where I got the name Cassius Blanco.
Okay.
I'm very upset right now.
Of course
You're
you are.
shocked.
I'm shocked. There is gambling in this establishment. Sir, here are your winnings. Oh, thank you. So, yes.
So hi.
Hello.
You're probably wondering why we've come to your office so late in the evening, just one day after we've did we return this day?
Yes, you returned, I believe, yesterday. You had a rest, probably. I would hope so. You
Did I
seem
have a
very
nap?
sleepy. Very, very sleepy.
Do I
boy.
remember having a nap?
I am still down all my resources,
So
I've
we
not
have
even had
not.
a short rest.
We have
You seem to have been very busy.
It appears that we're not allowed to rest even upon our return from our mission.
That is
Protagonist
very sad. Yes, very sad indeed.
Unfortunately, it appears that we are here on business that could quite possibly be related to all of that mess.
Sacre red.
Wow.
Because French is not a thing. If I got it wrong.
My colleagues and I, if you haven't met Miss Azazel.
Yes,
what's her
lovely
last name?
barbarian. Makeus, yes.
Miss Makeus, this is one of our associates. She assisted us in the mountain.
Yes, she seems like she could handle herself in a fight. A wonderful, brave, statuesque barbarian, as she's.
Indeed. Our colleagues were all at the Y this very evening, where there was some sort of noble wedding.
Yes, the wedding between Monsieur Hulholland and Madame Stellman.
Mr. Hulholland is currently in the custody of the watch in
What?
this very building now.
What? Sacre purple!
It appears that over the course of the proceedings, Ront is trying very hard to be nonplussed. It appears that he transmuted into a lizard form.
Sacre burgundy!
We're red shifting.
God fucking damn it. You're fit. You're fine. It's good. I had initially wanted to take him directly into the custody of the Helm and Cloak to conduct our inquest as related to our involvement in that place. But he's currently now under your custody, and I'm not opposed to that. We'd just like to secure access for our operatives to come in and do whatever inquests are necessary to, carry out this line of investigation.
Oof, that is a tall order. It is not too tall. I would say it is about 5'1", maybe 5'4".
Wow.
It's rather short.
I would have to say, this sort of matter with a noble
Bless you.
missing for a long time, possibly very long time, and in our custody should it be discovered that someone of his caliber was to be held by us and not dealt with, considering that his father-in-law is a noble, I would say it would look very bad, very, very bad indeed for the City Watch, should it be discovered that he was with us, and that sort of secrecy is hard to come by. But if I had the help of little circular metal objects that could help grease the feet as it will, as we have discussed before.
So you want us to bribe you? Is that what you're saying?
That is absurd. That is an absurd. But yes.
Have we bribed him before?
Have we?
I mean,
Has he been bribed on our behalf before?
He has come into possession of your money before.
Okay.
we do have a load of money, apparently.
Do we have any notion as to the magnitude of said, or at least what the magnitude of an appropriate sum for this sort of thing? No.
Try.
No. Okay. Okay. Well, it's interesting that you say all that. So, in the normal course of events, would it be what?
So, sorry to interrupt, but you've seen him gambling before, right?
Possibly when we first walked into Cake.
Can you extrapolate from that any idea of the kind of sums of money that he regularly?
Yes, but this would be I would need to know the magnitude of what he's saying needs to be done relative to the normal course of his proceedings, which is why I'm about to talk to him. It's interesting that you mention all of that. in the normal course of proceedings, if he is such a hot commodity that you would not want in your hands, what would happen to him?
Oh, well, it could be that he would be transported to the mythallar. It could also happen that I could, let us say, I could accidentally be interpreted as a insurgent monster from whatever place comes about, and he could be killed.
That seems like a much larger breach than just holding a noble in custody.
Well, yes, it would be unfortunate. However, can you prove he is a noble or was a noble?
Eyewitnesses at the scene.
Eyewitnesses at the scene. People go crazy. People have visions. You have already delivered unto me 80 refugees who are having visions of a big thing that goes boom in the center of a city. How crazy is that? It's not like that thing exists.
I smile.
May I interject?
He has to die.
May I interject, please?
Yes.
And roll intimidation while I say this.
Please don't intimidate the chief inspector.
Oh, fuck yes.
Okay.
Okay, let me just... No.
What do you say?
Do you have inspiration?
What do you say?
Yeah, I do have inspiration.
Roll your inspiration, because that was a 1. And 18 is much better.
Now listen here. Are you really groaning? Fuck off. We're going to say that it's a noble. 1, yeah, I'm not going to give you money. 2, because if you don't cooperate with me, we're going to have higher and more problems, especially in your position, from my higher-ups.
He has no idea which higher-ups you are referring to.
Yeah.
Which is possibly a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you've just
he is scared. He is scared. All you would need for this to be truly successful is to show him something, any physical shred of proof that you have higher-ups.
For example, a badge that can transform into, say, the badge of the Harpers, or
or literally every organization on the face of the planet.
the Zentrum.
I have the communication device, huh?
You do
The
it.
badge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which badge? I'm gonna allow you to make a history check.
Okay.
Your bonus is you're going to be proficient in this check because it relates to things that you have learned.
Okay.
So whether or not you have proficiency in history, this is something that I think qualifies. You would be proficient in this check because you are proficient in the use of this tool.
Please let me not get a 1. That would be fucking
You
terrible.
get to roll
Let's-
twice.
Well, why? Why would you get to roll
14.
twice?
I thought you said, proficient, not an advantage.
It's a 14.
Roll again, just in
case you
Plus
get an
proficiency.
14.
No.
No, it's just once, right?
once.
It's just
Okay,
one.
it's
So
14.
14.
Plus
Plus
3.
3?
So
17.
Okay.
Do you have a penalty?
Yeah, it's a -1, so
Oh.
Minus 1. 16. Okay.
Oh, God.
That's fine. That's okay. 16 is good. In this situation, you figure that the best courses of option would either be the Order of the Gauntlet, the Harpers, or the Lord's Alliance.
Yes, I'll go with the Lord's Alliance because it's the biggest.
Fair enough.
A more
And
established
It
one?
also directly touches on
They're
him,
all,
right?
they're all
Because
equally.
he's... I assume... I don't know exactly how the city structure works, but I assume he serves at the pleasure of the lords.
Yes, he does.
So
You show him
basically
that?
you're saying, like, I work for your bosses.
Oh my. Oh, dear. I did not know there were 3 of you in town this week. All right. That's
There's 3 of us in town?
Lilith and Roland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
I assume. All right. Well. Okay. Anything at the pleasure of the Alliance is fine by me. He says very. Downcastedly. Although I look at all the papers on my desk and wish I had paperweights for them, but I guess I will have to wait for paperweights.
I guess you will.
I will reach into my pack and pull out a thunderstorm. No. What is his usual betting?
He bets maybe like 10 gold a start.
I will reach into my pack and pull out 20G.
Okay.
And,
What? I told you don't bribe him.
and just be like, I'll see you at those I'll see you at those tables another time.
What
yeah?
tables? I do not gamble. Thank you very much. I will see you at the tables first.
Do I even look old enough to be at those tables?
I mean, let's look. Episode 8 was an episode.
Was that 8?
Yes.
That was 8.
Good God.
8!
Back. Ruru-pura.
Yep. So,
How many episodes was Fuck Off Mountain?
a lot.
I think it started from
Wait, hold on, wait.
Something.
I need to know what a lot is because a couple was 30 episodes.
It's true. A few was 30 episodes.
A few was 30 episodes.
Very many. Too many.
Yeah.
There you go. He agrees to keep Mr. Reynald Hulholland in a cell, secluded, away from everyone.
And Helm and Cloak people can come and do.
Yeah. He's fine with that.
Okay.
Good job. Good scene.
Okay.
I like yours were more intense.
So, okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your time. Is there anything else regarding the situation, our mutual situation, that we need to know? Any new developments? I'm just being thorough.
Oh, on the is this in regards to the refugees? Yes. He said he tells you no new developments. However, they are not sure how to change them back. He does not know. Any idea? Like some clerical people have come that he is hushed to secrecy. He has no idea.
Well, as I mentioned, this new incident seems to have some sort of meta magic involvement, if that makes sense.
Yeah. He really quickly runs down to the vault to see what happened to Mr. Hulholland, and then runs back and answers your question and says, "Well, I agree, but nothing of this magnitude has happened before," because I needed to know what I was referencing because I hadn't seen the dude before. So here we go. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And so if we, in turn, come up with anything about the nature of the magics at work, hopefully we can derive some sort of countermeasure to them, and we will gladly report as soon as we can figure it out.
That would be lovely, please do, because these people, they are refugees, and we here at Baldur's Gate are a city of various peoples that we respect and love. I myself was not a native to Baldur's Gate, as you could probably tell by my dialect, and that is fine. I wish to help them in whatever way I can, but I do not know.
And that is commendable, and certainly we shall return with any results that we determine once we've figured any.
Yes.
Just one more thing.
Yes.
Are you voting in the upcoming election?
Of course I vote in an upcoming election, yes.
Would you mind if I asked which way?
Good sir, I am a public official. I would not be telling you who I would be voting for. That would be a breach of my social and
pull out
dutiful.
another 10 GP.
I'm gonna vote for Jitanko Sifartu. He promises a lot of things for the city guard. He promises to upgrade our weapons and our armor.
Kid, that's great. Done. I appreciate you. Beautiful. That was beautiful.
Adam, can you take inspiration? Jesus Christ.
Do you want me to have it?
Yes.
Okay.
Mark it down. It's gonna be like, uh-oh. It's like,
Oh, no.
I could have. Oh no,
the
you
dragon
could have
failed
been
his polymorph. Say, oh no, he doesn't.
I think it's fair.
It's legit, yeah. Oh dear God, you heard it here first. We are fucked.
The player just give the DM inspiration.
Do you
Just clarifying.
do you know anything
That's great.
about the other guy?
Who? This Twitter Dampnut.
Moist Muffin, yes.
It's much my fun.
I'm sorry, he's what?
I do not know much about him, although I will
Let's give
say
him a
this. I may or may not have run into him before. It is difficult for me to remember where. Because people of my stature may or may not.
I pull out another 10 GP.
I saw him at cake.
I mean, I knew that's what was going to happen. But...
This is fantastic.
Aren't you glad you're in this scene, Sam?
I love politics.
Fucking damn it.
Wait. Yeah. Okay.
That could be Kelsey.
Oh my god.
Hello.
They're waiting in line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So,
well, you're back in time because
They're back in time.
we're basically twiddling our thumbs, and I've bribed the public official 3 times. 3 times.
Seems like it's
Got the goods every time.
So, real quick, everyone, Kelsey's back.
Hi.
Thiathel has had a vision.
Was it? Oh, I'm sorry. I must have dozed off. What happened?
You, as you rush to meet whichever group, we'll figure it
We'll
out.
pick her up on the way back.
We'll pick her up on the way back.
So sorry.
You have a vision, and it is one of general evilness.
Oh.
You have a vision of a dark, dank, musty catacomb.
Oh.
Yike.
All of the walls are suffused with this unnaturally green glow about them. Mist floats along the floor here, this smoky mist of a pinkish hue. And your vision clouds and it opens up again as smoke blows away, and you see this group of hooded figures circled around a rather large cauldron. It is an interesting cauldron because it is sunk into the ground. It is not like a cauldron that is like built up. And you can tell that there are channels that are designed to flow into this quote-unquote this pit, this vat of liquid. But it seems to be dammed off by these makeshift wooden gates or whatnot. And you can tell that these hooded figures are stationed around this pit chanting. And one of them holds out a huge glass bottle of this red liquid. Looks like it's in a wine bottle. Uncorks it and starts to pour it out. And you realize that the liquid doesn't pour like wine. It pours as if it's more viscous, more visceral.
Define.
And visceral as in the flow of blood.
Oh, so it's thicker.
Thicker,
Okay.
yes. So it pours into this vat of pink liquid. And then there's a ripple in the water as if from the center, and a churning and a bubbling, and the liquid, which looked to have the consistency of water, slows down and moves as if this murky bog it was made out of. And the hooded figure grabs a gigantic, it's going to sound goofy, a gigantic ladle and dips it in, and then your vision fades.
So,
Where are we?
You come to consciousness. You apparently have wandered in your vision quest, as it were. Just wandered around with rainbow eyes.
yeah, we run off to investigate the stream, and Thea's just like,
Yes. You actually find yourself on Hulholland Drive, and you run into Halexan and Conall, who are now walking out of Hulholland Estate.
Okay.
So you're saying that his mask was like a wyvern?
Like,
I haven't saw him
dude,
in the back.
honestly, like, I'm kind of jealous of his mask. Like, I only had the silver mask, but I had to do something. Like, he was masked and talking in a deep voice, and I had to be masked and talking in a deep voice.
C.O. Pending. It is very heroic.
Right? I mean, honestly, after that whole deception with
Oh,
the...
hi, Thiathel.
I had a vision.
What did the vision show you?
A lot. Nice. I tell them everything.
Relay them everything?
Yeah, relay the message.
So they were pouring something that looked like blood into a vat of the pink stuff, and the pink stuff turned into the goopy pink stuff.
Uh-huh.
That
Yes.
would make sense. There was traces of wanty blood in the cream.
Yeah, just to confirm, we're showing her the cream, too,
Yeah.
really. It was this.
Oh.
There were traces of blood. You don't know about
Oh, I don't know if it was okay.
But
So
you know there
were
were traces of
Okay.
venom that matched.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
That's- okay, so I'll correction. There were traces of blood in the sample that I tested, as well as wanty venom.
Wait,
It
and
is-
we do have a name. What was the name?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Written on the piece of paper, yes. Apply once a day for best use, yes.
How
Best
many
effect.
Tommies could there be around here?
It's a very common name.
Is it common in Baldur's Gate?
Well,
Well,
I mean,
there
could
a
be.
se-
Let's
is
meet
there
up
a
with the others
census in Baldur's
at.
Gate?
Let's meet up with the others. They were
Well,
going to.
I mean, real quickly, like, this is the same guy we ran into, so there's a possibility if we stake out the market that we might run into him, like...
Right. When are the markets open?
The market's open generally at dawn
Are
in
they
the
open
light.
every day?
They are open every day, generally.
I'm not going to get a short rest, am I?
We need a long rest.
I did damn straight I need a long rest. I'm tired.
What time in the evening is it?
Fuck. Probably like 9 or 10.
But before that, I do want to go meet up with these guys over at Cassius Blanco, if we can.
Are we gonna... what the fuck?
I don't know.
You guys will have walked out and found. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys can meet up easily. I don't make that a
but
problem
yeah,
ever.
so leaving Cassius, I'm just like, I hope this... I hope our continued working relationship can continue to be.
And work. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We will.
Yes.
Sacre green.
Sacre green. Ront isn't quite sure about the nuance of that, but it's okay. Yeah, so we leave. Azazel, did you have anything else to ask the men? Just making sure.
Want to
This
shake
isn't
him down
a-
for some gold? I mean, yes.
Yeah, he has at least 40 gold.
On his person, at least 4.
I'm joking. I'm totally joking.
Please don't shake down the public official.
Save that for later.
No, I think I'm done for now.
Okay, so... yeet.
Yeet. Got it. You all meet up together.
Hi.
Do we meet back at, like, the guild hall? Or...
Yeah, you can meet back at the guild hall.
What time in the evening is it now?
It's like 10:30.
So, montage of comparing notes.
A montage comparing notes, your father listening into all this.
Oh, Dad's there!
Yeah.
I look around and just like, the guy isn't there.
No, he's not there.
Okay.
But, yeah, so...
I ask... I mean, notes comparing is happening. I ask the people of the Helm Cloak
Mm-hmm.
what the asshole was asking about.
They were like, well, he was asking for someone who matched your description, except he used a different name.
And which name was that?
They were asking for this Garantarok Threshbringer. I mean...
Wait, no.
That name sounds imposing.
No.
I didn't hear it.
He held up your picture in the thing.
At this point, I roll my eyes dramatically.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, that's great. At least no one's going to know me in town by that name. It's me. He's looking for me.
What?
Yeah. I'd appreciate it if you could keep it on the down low.
I mean, you're a guildie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, me, random guild NPC whose name I haven't even given you or description, yeah, I'm gonna keep it safe. Sure, you're a guildie, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell anyone.
Is everyone eating this evening?
Everyone seems to eat, but hey, I mean, look, I don't know if you know the other person he was looking for.
Wait, what?
Well, yeah, he was looking for you.
Okay.
Um,
That much was clear.
Said he found out where you were here, and he was trying to say that you had to know where his daughter was.
I drop literally everything that is on my person.
Hey man, that's expensive gear. I know some of it's like starter gear, but like
The bag just like...
always weighs 15 pounds. Always weighs 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Even if those ladders in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if the contents are well in excess of 15 pounds.
It falls open and one ladder just slides out. Just one ladder
I kick
slides.
it, I kick it back in. I kick it back in. It keeps on trying to slide out. Why can't I hold all these ladders?
Ront, is everything okay?
What was her name again?
Was it like Isail or something?
A sail.
Isane?
Do you want a sail? A sail?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he was looking for an Isail Morn River.
What the fuck?
It's like everyone looking at Ront now.
Are we having this conversation loudly?
Well, I mean, I heard the bag drop.
Oh. Right.
Yeah,
so I'm having
everyone
this
turns
conversation loudly.
And everyone turns around and is now looking at you.
Oh. He couldn't.
Your father is mid drinking from his mug and is like, holy shit, son.
I go to the bar. I get a beer and I down it in one. I roll
Alright.
Constitution. I fail.
Alright, fine. That's fine.
I run outside and I retch. I keep.
Okay.
Okay, I'm basically watching him and I'm doing the same thing, just like halfway drinking. So me and Dad both looking at him as he runs out.
I finish retching. I come back. I thank the unnamed NPC.
Right.
And I start consulting my knowledge of magic.
Yep.
So where are you right
Did
now?
he? I'm still with the NPC. Did he say anything else about the other person that he was looking for? I mean, obviously, I am Spartacus, but
Yeah, he just said that she ran away and was trying to come here
when?
as soon as she saw your face in the article.
So like a few weeks ago,
well,
maybe a month. Well, no, not even.
not even.
Was it in the last week that this article
Last
was?
week, yeah, and it's not too far of a day's travel, a travel to get here.
No one else has been asking for me, right?
No, just him. But he seemed really intent on finding both you and her.
Well, so he's unpleasant, right?
Well, obviously.
If he comes around, I would appreciate it if everyone could continue to waylay him, as it were, because he's just never been cooperative. That's about as kind as I can put it. And I will certainly make it worth the time of anyone who has to deal with him.
Yeah, he seemed very unpleasant to our bar maiden. And you look over at the bar maiden, and lo and behold, she's a half-orc.
But if a young woman matching the other person's description were to come by, if we could receive her as graciously as we would anyone else of normal standing, if that makes any sense.
I mean, we'll see.
At least until I make it back to camp, you know.
Right, of course. I mean, we'll see. He said that you might be the only person who knows where she might be, because literally, what he told us was he's asked everywhere, and no one's seen this girl in the city.
Okay, this is where I, Pierre, ask what Ront remembers of Isael.
Isael
Yeah.
Was your childhood friend,
Yes.
platonic friend.
Yes.
You two...
Look at you guys getting third-hand backstory.
You two were best friends.
Yes.
For your entire childhood.
Yes.
That is until her father started taking more of an interest into Sale's daily goings on and whatnot, because, daughter prepping her for whatever schooling she's going to have in her future, didn't really
marriages or whatever the fuck.
or whatever the fuck he was wanting to plan. Discovered that one of her best friends was you.
Yep.
Took an issue with that because too backwards education, ignorant. Discovered you out by a river with her, skipping stones.
And this is where I'm just going to fast forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I remember anything, or does Ront remember anything that would give him an idea as to, one, if she is at all capable of disguise, magical or mundane, and two, where the fuck she would go in a town like this?
One, no.
Didn't think so.
Two,
Yeah.
she would have probably come here first, seeing as they're telling you that he said that as soon as she saw your face in the article, would have come straight here.
Fuck.
But they didn't.
But no
They
one
haven't
else
seen
has asked.
Mm-mm.
At least as far as this person knows, but I don't have any reason to assume that he wouldn't know what other people have seen if anyone else works that shift. Well, thank you. Fuck. And I'll go back to the table with the people.
So, did we overhear any of this, or was this kind of like...
You can hear anything from when I dropped the thing.
Okay.
At least. Unless they can hear everything, in which case. So yeah.
I mean, people would have started sort of murmuring again amongst themselves about halfway through, and they would have went back up to bar volume.
Oh, I pick up my things.
Of course, yes.
I come back. So, any inklings about the goop?
Yes, so yeah, we'll go over everything from the vision, everything that I found in the alleyway, everything that we found at
The back room.
exactly. And
Is Sylvanas around? Awake?
Yeah, sure.
Rope him in for question about the goop and like ways to determine exactly what fuck, especially with this vision.
And
Oh, that is interesting, yes.
Yeah, and I'll explain that my next step is to try and get hold of some of the venom.
Or if we could even distill it from the concoction.
And I ask him if he's ever heard of the
Air
name
trace.
Tommy.
We have enough now.
Okay. One in relation to the goop and the vision and the whatnot. Oh, catacombs, underground. A big, vast pit, you said, sunk in with channels. That sounds like possibly the sewers or even the undercellar. Undercellar. And you hear a bunch of people around him whisper, undercellar.
And I'm just like,
The great are good.
Ominous.
the fuck is the undercellar?
Undercellar. Catacombs adjacent to, some say adjacent to the sewers of Baldur's Gate. Sometimes the guild, the Thieves Guild, uses the undercellar.
Interesting.
Other
Okay.
times people hide there.
Just to interject, I was actually going to suggest later on that you maybe contact the Thieves Guild because they might be able to give you some information on
Why would they talk to me?
if you have money. Fuck. But I mean, they see a lot of stuff. So if you're looking for, a lost person who supposedly,
Oh, okay. We're talking about that.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it was just an interesting like.
I mean, apparently I'm fostering connections all over the place, so
Mhm.
why not?
But that's interesting because I was actually going to ask Sylvanas how we might potentially get in contact with the Thieves Guild. So.
Okay, and just to be clear, the Undercellar isn't also some weird connection to the Underdark.
Oh,
Correct.
The Underdark.
Not that we know.
Would it run that
I mean,
deep?
No one has fully explored every room of the undercellar that we know of and come back alive to tell us of it.
wait.
Did you tell us about the drought?
And just before you, this is not to be confused with the famous Undermountain of Neverwinter. This is the undercellar. It's not as big, we think.
Is it much older than the city?
It's from the beginnings of the city. We believe maybe the city was built on, well, not on top of it, but just. Conall, what was your question, Gerald?
Oh, if you ever heard of the name Tommy.
Tommy? No. Well, I'll have to let me go through my guild, the citywide guild registrar, and see if anything pops up. Or I mean, we don't have a census, but
Okay.
I'll see what I have.
If like Sylvanas doesn't really hasn't really heard of the name, I feel like it's a lot more uncommon than we think.
Yeah.
I mean, I can. There might be a few Tommies. I'll check with what resources I have. He says.
My name is Ront. His name is Halexan. It's safer to assume that there are a lot of weirder names than Gerald and Pierre are used to. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, Conall must be a really rare name.
Hey, it's CO pending now.
What the fuck are you two going
Sam,
on?
are you going?
Yeah.
Hi, Sam.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Sam.
I still tell that story.
Are you going to head out?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we're going together.
Well, then we'll probably let you guys have a long rest then, and then we'll move on to the next day.
Pretty much takes his last swig. Thank you for everything, Sylvanas.
One thing I do need to do as soon as Hal can is I really want to try and work out some kind of counter to the venom. And I
Right,
think he would probably need Ron for that.
right, but that's why I brought in Sylvanas to see if he has any inklings about any of this.
Let us know what happens.
We will.
Good night, guys.
I mean, we're still here.
Great game.
Bye.
We're still here.
Glenn, Hal's retainer is still poisoned. And
Right, so
they
we
haven't
need-
been able to do this. So I really want to be able to get some that's my first priority in terms of finding out what the hell is going on with this is figure out a way to, because she was poisoned with a knife. And my assumption, based on everything that we're hearing, is that the people who stabbed her, this cult of with the eye and all that, are the ones producing this stuff.
Can we corroborate the visions? Is there any way of determining whether the hooded figures that were around the vat and the pit, if there's any relation to the people that stabbed Meister Glynn?
Would I know that?
They seem to be different cloaks.
Like different how?
different color cloaks. The cloaks you saw were full-bodied and more cream in color. The cloaks you see here are dark black.
So it could be completely different.
Could be.
And it's not just lighting.
It doesn't. It
It's
doesn't
not
mean that,
what?
It's not just lighting.
Not just lighting.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that they're not in concert, but they're not the exact same people.
They could also wear different clothes for different things, you know.
But it doesn't hurt to develop some sort of anti-venom and then try it. Unless it does. Does it?
Does what?
Would putting in not the right anti-venom do anything averse?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just basically I want to get her some kind of cure for this poison. as
So
soon
we
as
can
possible.
try it. It's literally like unless we go out and get a general purpose anti-venom, then it's
But,
the best we've got.
And the thing is, venoms don't like cure poison, right? They prevent. They give you a saving
resistance against it. You'd have to have like a potion of health or something like that.
throw. Okay, and because if I recall the temple that she's being
Ilmater.
yeah, they can't cure the poison.
Well, they could over time. Standard medicine, medicinal stuff.
Okay, all right.
Like how long has she been in their care?
For like
Okay, so it's not
Couple
it's not
days-ish.
that imperative. Then.
not that
Okay.
imperative. It's-
So I can put that on the back burner.
Okay. I mean, it could still be good to have in the back pocket, but yeah.
But what we do need to figure out is how this stuff is transforming people,
Yeah.
so that we can figure out some way to change them back.
Is there any way through the visions to determine what kind of magics they were doing, or do you just see that they were just standing around the fucking thing and doing this stuff?
Sylvanas is there. What kind of magic they were doing?
Yeah.
It seems the type of magic they're using would seem more divine in nature. The school, you know.
Were they chanting in a language that I could understand?
What languages do you know?
Well, funny you should ask.
I speak 6 languages.
I speak, yes. Every
Yeah.
language, easy. Easy as the recipe for making jello. Sylvian, Common, Elvish, and Celestial.
It is none of those languages.
What's more divine than celestial?
Well,
be
divine
infernal.
simply denotes the type of world or type of beings it could come from.
Clerical magic instead of
Yeah.
wizardly magic.
Yeah.
Basically. Now, we have gotten a magical read on the goop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we know what, at least magically,
Yeah.
Magic.
yeah.
Transmutative. Yeah.
So we can at least infer from that what kind of spells were, being infused into it, or
I will say this. You know 4 languages?
4.
I will say this. You know enough languages to at least have some understanding of linguistics.
Hang on. I thought I had a thing that let me read anything.
Comprehend languages?
Well, no, but I mean, like actually understand.
Yeah, but that would have required you to have cast it while you
Well, no, I didn't mean a smell. I meant like a feat or something.
Oh.
do you have linguist?
Do I? I thought I did. I thought I did take linguists. I don't know though.
Looking at your stats, it would seem that you only took the standard stat increase that you did, that I gave everyone at
Right.
first level.
Right.
Which would denote that you have a feat somewhere. What does linguist give
I
you?
don't think it.
1 to int, 3 languages, and the ability to make ciphers.
Maybe not.
But but you cited 4 languages.
Right, which may have come from wizard.
Well, I got an
background.
extra language because no, you know what? I took extra skills. Remember? Oh, observant.
You took observant. That's what,
Hey.
right? Because her past perception is 20.
Damn, that's a nice one.
Fucking yikes.
Yeah.
Nothing's getting by you.
Fuck it.
What does observant say though? Let me see.
Observant boosts your passive perception and passive investigation
Oh,
by
it's right.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Here.
damn.
And maybe
Do you have
like
investigation?
int by 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really it.
But what does it
Yes.
say?
Oh.
Holy
It says
shit.
stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have a plus 3 to my investigation.
Int or wisdom by 1 if you can see a creature's mouth while it is speaking a language that you understand.
Ah, that's what it was.
That's what it was. I knew it was something.
But so, I was like, there's something. There was a reason why I didn't take comprehend languages,
That's right.
and that's why.
So, linguistically,
Mm-hmm.
so you know 4 languages, so I'm going to give you this little clue. linguistic.
I thought you were gonna give me that it's something.
No.
What is it?
This little piece of information is that the language you are listening to sounds chaotic.
Okay.
It's enough for you to know that they are actually speaking two languages. They're switching in between. One's chaotic, guttural, and makes no fucking sense. Some of the consonants are just fucking weird, and it would seem really hard for someone to reproduce those sounds.
Is it like Pig Latin-y? Sort of like they made it up?
Kinda, but the structure it's not well structured. And then the other language that they stick to is well structured. You have heard this used in some arcane spells before.
Okay.
But you don't know it. It is familiar. In fact, roll me investigation or history or arcana.
Oh.
Investigation, history, or arcana to remember where you know
I'll
this
do
from.
investigation.
Okay.
6. I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Plus 3 is 6.
What's your intelligence modifier?
Where is it?
I will say this: even if
Oh,
she turned,
3.
even if she turned it into a 9.
And the +5 doesn't count to the roll; it's only passive.
Only passive. I guess.
It
Yeah.
goes
I
over
guess
me.
passive.
I tried.
You actually tried recreating some of the sounds in front of Sylvanas so that he can figure it out, but he's not getting anything.
He's looking at me like,
So like,
Fuck is wrong?
We're both
like-
looking at you guys
What
like,
did I bring back from Candlekeep with me?
she's speaking fucking
so
partial
like
tongue.
passive perception is sort of like speciously applied. It's not very clear how it's supposed to be implemented.
Yeah,
And
it's-
technically everything has a passive score,
they just.
but
don't
that's
really
even
use it.
less well explicated.
Right.
So passive investigation is like, what the fuck do you even
Yeah,
use that for?
in fact, that's one of the only references I think in the entire book that
Right.
there's anything else that's passive besides perception.
Right. Like, I know how I would use it, and I'd use the fuck out of it.
Right.
I'd be like, you took this?
What would your her passive investigation score be? So it's
10
10
plus
plus your intelligence.
Which is 3.
So it's
Plus-
13
plus prof if you have it.
Are you
I'm proficient, yeah.
so plus another 3,
16.
16.
Plus 5.
So a passive investigation of 21. Okay. Fuck me. So with a passive investigation of 21.
So it doesn't matter what I rolled?
No.
It's
Basically, yeah, we're not using the roll
We're not
instead.
using
It's
the
just
roll.
I
like,
mean, so I think the way it's generally supposed to be done is like, if you spend enough time in a place, you just won't miss stuff.
Right. Yeah.
so that's you guys working it out with
Yeah.
Sylvanas and
Yeah.
I'm 275 years old. Like,
Right.
Am I 275?
Something like that.
I'm sorry.
I love elves.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm 212.
200. So you work out this weird. You can't figure out, like, you recreate some phrases that you heard in both languages that you were able to only small short bursts of phrases. Sylvana says, well, the one that's a bit more structured, I know that one. That's Draconic.
Of course it is.
But the other one,
Connell went to sleep.
I
Who
don't
speaks Draconic?
I don't know. I guess I'll have to look what the one word you used. I'll look back and see if anything comes up, because that sounds very chaotic. But we will figure it out. We will discover. And I've got a lot of sleep today, so I'll be fine tonight.
I mean, we all need.
I'm looking daggers at him because I have not slept yet.
Yes, and that's why he laughed nervously, because he noticed you. So
I mean, like, we all
yes.
need rest.
Yeah, we look
I
like.
don't sleep. So I can stay up with you.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yes, you can help me.
Wait, you don't sleep at all?
Nope.
Or you...
She
No.
trances. She can trance for 4 hours.
And I
Well, yeah,
transfer
I know
4
that.
hours
Oh,
a
yeah,
day.
no.
I got to full 4 hours.
Sorry to ruin the scene. I do that often. I'm sorry.
No, it's just like, trance is still rest.
It's not sleep.
It's very important.
You know,
Like,
I had such
you
high
can't-
hopes for Thea.
You can't cast sleep on her. It doesn't work.
Nope. I'm not
Right.
effective. I sleep.
It's a good thing artificers don't learn to sleep.
I can cast sleep on other
Which is
people.
an alchemist can't learn sleep. Like what the fuck? Like a sleeping potion isn't like,
Well, no, it's
standard fare,
No,
like,
right, but it's a potion of spell.
Right.
And imagine, like, I give you a rock of sleep.
I mean, that's awesome. That is so awesome. It's
Right,
like,
it's a little too awesome.
Wait, so
no,
how-
see, like you make a rock of sleep, you slip it under somebody's pillow, and they just won't wake up.
No, that's not how that works.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like that kind of
sleep forever.
That kind of shit would be awesome.
How
How am I affected by long rest if I don't sleep?
you gain the benefits of a long rest after trancing for 4 hours.
Meaning
cool.
that you can be active for 4 out of the 8 hours of a long
Oh,
rest.
great.
Yes.
But
It has to be 4 continuous hours.
it has to be 4 continuous hours, and the other 4 hours can't be like expressly stressful.
No, you can do whatever you want.
So I'll spend 4
For
hours
those
sleeping
4
and
hours,
then
yeah.
4 hours trying to figure out
That's
this language.
literally the benefit, yeah.
Alright. So
You-
I'll
you-
transfer 4 hours and then I'll
Alright.
help you.
Sounds great.
Or I'll help you first and then I'll transfer 4
Yeah,
hours.
please, I don't, yeah, help me before 4 a.m., please.
Oh, too late. She's doing her Doctor Strange.
Also, who are you?
My name is Sylvanas.
Wait.
Yeah, you remember me.
I'm
You came with
fucking-
me from Candlekeep.
I'm sorry, I know a lot of people.
Okay, why? I bet you do.
I
Okay.
had such
Forgive me, I'll forget your name.
After a
I
certain
had
point, all
such
humans
high
start looking the
hopes.
same.
You all look the same, honestly.
Wow.
I'm gonna go stand next to Sylvanas and just like look at him, look at her. Wow.
Wait,
Look.
are you human?
Look, yes.
Oh, okay.
Look, she told me a lot of shit that you guys saw under there, so I couldn't like leave her there and tell other people, or maybe not tell anyone. I don't know.
Well, she has been indispensable so far.
See.
This is very unlike you.
Yeah, well, I had to deal with learning about a mythallar, so that's fun. Mythallar that you brought me, kind of in a piece.
Look, would you rather I didn't?
Fair point.
Actually, there's a question that I'd like to ask about that. If the piece of the mythallar that you have comes from the mythallar that the Wantee have, potentially?
I mean, according to all, if the broken wild magic boulder fits.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't they be trying to find it?
Can they?
Oh.
I mean,
Well, wait,
your
no.
your little finder stone was able to find mythallar.
Right, but that was an accident.
I thought it was
right.
very intentional.
No, that's a natural property.
Not, this is Pierre, not like 1 session ago. Not 1 session ago, we were standing here going like, I don't fucking know how we're gonna find the thing. We talked about the thing, right? We talked about the little doodly bit, and we were like, nah, can't reach it. Range is too shit. What?
Sylvana says, "Oh, there's good news. It is in a lead-lined room."
Okay.
Does that even work?
We'll have to see.
Do you still have your finder stone?
Sure. I hold it up. Does it do anything?
It's dangling down.
Okay, so this little shit can't find it. Why?
No, it's dangling down.
Oh.
It is
Oh,
underneath.
no, I wiggle it.
You
I
wiggle it?
Yeah. Does it continue to point down?
Oh no! It continues to point down.
I wiggle it and stare Sylvanas directly in the eye. So,
Potentially good, but also very bad.
So, we have to rely on the following hopes. One, that they don't discover this property and intentionally break off pieces of the thing in order to help them, like, find the fucking wild magic boulder. Or that they do not have the capacity to suspend the larger mythallar and use it.
They have an airship.
And they have an airship.
No.
Whoa.
Full steam ahead. Okay, I guess not.
I have no fucking clue where we're going, but we're going.